Welcome to the Sports Car Lessons Podcast. I'm your host, Big Ken. Whether you're watching on YouTube or listening on a streaming service, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. You'll be notified whenever I drop any new content. Welcome. Thanks for being here. Happy Hump Day. It's another beautiful, sunny, 75-degree day here in Connecticut. We are late into October, and I don't know how many more of these days we're going to get, but I am happy to have them. I am a summer person. I like the heat. I do not like the cold. I do not like the winter. Hang on to these days as long as we possibly can. And as you can see, my background, my Chiefs are still winning. The only undefeated team left in the NFL. When I on Sunday's episode, right, I was recording that at halftime, and I didn't even want to say anything, right, because you never know how those games can change quick. Although it looked like Chiefs were dominating first half, right? I didn't want to jinx it, right? So I just I didn't say anything last week, but I'm happy now. We're the only undefeated team left in the NFL. And I'm going to have to keep my Halloween background on the bench for now. You know, I did that the last 2 years. I bring out a nice little Halloween background, and it's sitting on the bench right now, waiting for its time to come in. I'm going to roll with Arrowhead Stadium for now. I just heard the Chiefs signed DeAndre Hopkins. I'm not sure how much he's got left in the tank. I wish they would have signed him when Tennessee signed him. I'm hoping he has enough left in the tank. You know, he has a good chance to win a Super Bowl on his way out into retirement. You know, so I'm hoping he can deliver. You know, where we're I don't even want to say lacking, right? I mean, I think Patrick Mahomes is so good. He's just next guy up. He just keeps throwing the ball at people, and they keep catching it. So I hope this is these two are going to bond well together and be explosive out there. I also heard Tua's back. He'll be playing this weekend. Dust off those Tua cards. I think people feel the same way I do. Like if you're sitting here with cards, you're hoping they're going to rebound, right? But everyone is just holding their breath. You know, he said he doesn't want to wear the Guardian cap, and we're all just waiting for the next concussion, right? So I can't imagine his cards are going to go up in value just because he's back. Even if he goes out and has a phenomenal game this weekend, I still don't see his cards improving much right away. And who are you if you have his cards? You know, were you trying to sell off the cards as fast as you can with the last concussion? Were you like me? Did you take them and just leave them in your case? You know, leave them in the Zion box and just not take them out. Wait to see what happens because the market dropped so fast on them. Or were you the guy out buying the cards, hoping to capitalize on his return, saying, "Man, I know he's coming back." He said, "All these guys are scared. I'm going to go buy these cards and sell them back to these guys when he comes back." Which guy are you, right? Because we know there's all three of us are out. All three of those guys are out there. It just depends on which way you look at it. In trying to keep the episodes evergreen, let's jump into today's episode. A good friend that got me back into the hobby 5 years ago used to say, "Put it out to the universe, speak it into existence, and it will come to you. If you want something, you need to put it out there," right? You've heard that before. And as much as I always thought that saying was a load of crap, I found here in the hobby it seems to happen more often than not, and more often than anywhere else, that if you speak it out to existence, it seems to come. You know, last week I talked on the episode, and I know you're probably thinking, "Well, Big Ken, you're putting an episode out every week. All these people are listening to you. They're contacting you, right?" But this is a little different. This one is not somebody who follows the hobby or even listens to my podcast, right? And I'm gonna explain this story too. You know, last week I talked on the episode about the Chasing Goats tour, and I've already acquired 2 cards, right? The 2000 Bowman Chrome Brady rookie, the 2017 Patrick Mahomes rookie I shared last week. I haven't gotten the Brady yet, but I think it's due in the mail today. Whenever I get it, I'll pop it up and show you. So what's next? I said, what's next last week? Thought to myself, maybe a Jordan rookie, maybe a LeBron James rookie, right? Those would be two guys to 2 guys to get a rookie card from to add to the Chasing Goats tour. And then on Monday, late in the day, I received this text message, and I'm going to read it to you. How are you? Guess what? I found the Gretzky 1-of-1 card. Are you still interested? Also, can you tell me how to block scam emails? Of all the texts I get from all the people I text with, this was the last text I expected to get on Monday or any other day. But I can't start there. We need to go back to the beginning on this one. A little over 4 years ago, one of my mother's friends was having trouble with her computer. So my mother said, "Hey, give my son a call. He'll take care of you. This is what he does." So she called me and asked if she could hire me to come fix up her computer and teach her how to do a few things. So the first time I went to her house, the first time I met her and her husband. And it comes to find out her husband used to be in the hobby and traveled up and down the East Coast buying and selling sports cars, the East Coast and Canada, right? So of course we hit it right off. Got to talking right away. He was going on telling me different stories and shows he used to do, and I asked him, "Do you have any cars left?" So of course, I would ask that, right? Cuz those are the cars I would want to see. He said, "No." He said, "I only have 1 card." He said, "I sold everything else off, but I have 1 card, my prized possession, my Wayne Gretzky 1-of-1." I said, "Where is it? Let's see it." He says, "Oh, no, I don't keep it here at the house. I keep that in the safe deposit box at the bank." He said, "But the next time you're coming," he said, "I'm going to make a point to go over and get it out of there, so I'll show it to you." I said, "Okay." He said, "It'll be here the next time you come." So over the course of the next 2.5, almost 3 years, I probably went there 5 or 6 times. Uh, and it was the case of the Lost Gretzky 1-of-1 card. Um, every time I went, he's like, "I don't know where it is. I checked the safe deposit box. It wasn't there. I checked somewhere else I thought it would be. It's not there." He said, "I think I know where it is." And the next time I came, nope, it wasn't there either. He says, "I know I have it. I know it's here. I assure you I have that card, but I just don't know where it is." So last summer, before the National, um, I got a call from his wife saying that he had passed away. And at the end of the conversation, she said, "There's a lot of stuff I have to clean out, but if I ever do find that card, I'll call you." Perfect. And I know what you're thinking. That card is long gone, or it's not as good as he described, or it never existed. Because it's easy to think that, you know? It's like the fish that got away, right? And a lot of times things aren't as we remember them too, right? Um, but I hadn't heard from her since then until I got this text on Monday. And over the course of knowing them, these are the kind of texts I get. I've got, some pop-ups coming up. Can you help me with it? Or I'm trying to fill out something for the government on the government website and I can't seem to get there. Can you come help me do it? These type of things. It's an elderly couple, right? And these are the types of things that I wouldn't do for most people, but for them, I became good friends with them. So whenever they call, I'd make a point to go visit and get this stuff done. So I made arrangements to go see her yesterday, help her out with blocking the scam emails, and to finally see this card. And I don't know why, but in my mind, and this is for whatever reason, and I think most people will agree with me, especially when it comes to people saying, "Oh, I've got this great card, you have to see it." And when you get there, it's like a banged up base card, or like it's never a rookie. It's like a third or fourth year, but it's you know especially during those years, the junk wax years, right? People think they have a card that's worth a ton of money and it's worth a couple bucks, right? But again, he was a dealer, right? So then I'm thinking, what could they, maybe it's in good condition, maybe it's in a screw down, being that 1989 to the 1990s, what it is, what condition. I was kind of excited at this point to see the card. We've been waiting all this time. I was pleasantly surprised when I arrived to find the card in a penny sleeve and a top loader. Is it the holy grail of Wayne Gretzky cards? No, not quite. But it is a gold 1 of 1. That was exactly what he described. It is a 1999 Upper Deck Exclusives Wayne Gretzky gold 1 of 1. It is, however, the checklist card. So it has him on the front in a Rangers jersey. The back is the set checklist in the bottom right corner, UD Exclusives 1 of 1. And if you're on YouTube, I am holding up this card. There is the front of the card and the back of the card. So after doing a quick search of the card to try to come up with some kind of comps or any information on it, I did find the same card, raw and graded, but they were all numbered to 100. Um, I think there was a 9. Somebody was selling a PSA 9 for $250. There was some other ones that had sold that were less than that, in around the $100 range. And I know it's hard to find equal comps on a 1-of-1 card. And most of the time we compare that 1 of 1 in a set to another player, right? But how do you compare to Wayne Gretzky, right? How do you another GOAT? How do you compare that to? I told her I would research the values and get back to her with a fair offer on the card. I didn't think it was worth a lot of money, but again, just trying to find out what fair market value would be on a card like this. And I actually reached out to a couple of people that I know that are heavily into hockey and said, similar things that I just said to you. Well, it's a nice card, but it's a checklist card, but it's gold and it's 1 of 1. No idea, no clue what the value could be on a card like that. Was this the universe responding to what I put out there about chasing goats, right? Because it is Gretzky, it is a goat. Is this a card that needs just to go straight to my PC? Although I don't think the card compares in value to any rare Wayne Gretzky cards. I feel there's probably decent value in the card being a 1-of-1. It feels more like a PC card to me. I have a hat from the 1990, a baseball hat from the 1999 All-Star game, autographed by Wayne Gretzky. This card and that hat could be kind of a cool pairing, right? And I think about the previous owner who, at the end of the day, when he had to hang up his hat from a hobby that he loved so much, and from traveling to shows and buying and selling cards, that he liquidated his whole inventory and he kept one card, his prized possession, this card, right? The centering is slightly off left to right, and there's a soft corner. But this was the one card he kept, and it's been hiding in a box in a closet for 20 years. I mean, he spent 5 years trying to find the card and he couldn't find it. And after he was gone, she found the card. And I don't know if it bothered him that he never did find the card, because when we go looking for something, we say, God, I know it's here somewhere, and we can't find it. I mean, what do we think right away? Man, that card's gone. Maybe something happened to it. Maybe it accidentally got thrown out. It got put in something else and thrown out, or where could it have gone, or given away, or something like that. So, and I know when we used to go visit, he'd say, Ken, I'm really looking for that card, and I really do own that card. It is a real card, and it's here somewhere. I just can't seem to find it. And she told me she went looking for something else that she needed in a box that she never goes through. And what she was looking for in that box didn't find, but got to the bottom of the box and found this card sitting in the bottom of that box. And she said to me, I know we've had that box for over 20 years. And I may have gone in there 2 or 3 times, but what I needed was on top of the box. And what I was looking for was in a different box. It wasn't even in that one. And I would have never found it if I didn't dig all the way to the bottom looking for what I was looking for. It certainly won't gem, right? But again, it's a 101. My initial thoughts on this card was to wipe it down, send it to PSA, get it graded, but more importantly, get it encapsulated and throw it on a shelf with the autographed hat. Right? I think the only other thing cooler with this card would be to get it autographed, in person autograph. But I don't think from what I understand, he's not signing cards anymore. So we'll have to put it with the autographed hat instead. What are your thoughts on this card? What would you do with this card? You've got the whole background. You've heard the whole story. And if you have any idea the value on this card, please reach out to me. Let me know and tell me why. After I release this episode, I'm going to post this card up on my IG account for if you want to see a better, closer up. I know it's kind of hard on YouTube to see. So if you want to see a close-up picture, just another stop, right, on the Chasing Goats tour. What's next? Jordan, LeBron, I'm putting it out there to the universe. Stay tuned. This weekend, family day on Saturday, traveling up to Saratoga Springs for the day. And Sunday, I will be set up at Bill and Billy's Danbury show in Danbury, Connecticut. If you're down that way, definitely stop in. I did this show once last month. Yeah, I think it's a monthly show. I want to say I thought it was every 2 months, but I think whatever. I did this show last time. It was a decent show. It's in a nice building in a good area, good location, easy access to the show. So if you're in that area, definitely look it up and go down there. And if you stop by, say hello. I'll be back Sunday with a brand new episode. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. And if you like what you hear, please definitely subscribe. And most importantly, tell a friend and spread the word. And until next time, take care of yourselves and everyone around you.